All right, welcome back to another bonus video. This time it is the Duck versus the Regis. This is Quaquaval X versus Regigigas from Astral Radiance. Regigigas is getting a burst of new life with some of the new cards in Paldea Evolved. So even though it is not a new archetype, it is certainly one worth looking at again. That said, I'm going to go ahead and profile Quaquaval first. We have had a one card change from our list that you saw on stream on Friday. So there is a bit of a change. We're going to hit that real quick. We did talk about on the stream when we did the deck profile about Jet Energy being at 4. I said at the time that it was because you really didn't want to miss it. The thing about not wanting to miss it is you also don't want to never, ever have it out of your hand. I don't think that came out quite right. You don't want to ever get to a point where you can't get it out of your hand because you keep drawing it, and never anything else, which is what it was starting to feel like last night when we were doing our testing. We're pre-recording for this for you guys who are not aware that we pre-record these, but yeah, it felt like it was too much. So we cut it down to 3. We added a spicy little card that we're gonna try out today and see how it goes. We'll get to him in just a second. So I'm gonna explain how this deck works since I have this basic lineup down. All right, so. Deck here is Quaquaval. These are our main attacker guys, Quaquaval X. So Quaquaval X has an attack called Lively Samba that does 60 damage, and then you switch your. Let me read it out loud. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, and then your opponent is forced to switch with one of their bench Pokemon. So basically, it's an escape rope. Both players have to switch their Pokemon. So this guy gets out of the active spot, and you get to put up Klefki or Radiant Greninja or whoever you want to take the hit. And that's cool. And then the other attack is Propeller Shot, does 230 damage, and then you put 2 of the energy from your hand from your duck into your hand. So pretty good stuff on Quack. And then the baby Quack has an ability called Energy Carnival, and that is so bent already. Oh my gosh. Wow. These are curling like Pringles. Anyway, once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon.
Still
This is
not
your
as bad as Magic, though.
yeah. So although the EX era Pokemon was really bad, like really, really bad. Heart Gold Soul Silver was too. So anyway, Quack is extra energy acceleration, and that's actually important for the new guy in the deck. You will have noticed that Basculin was not in here before. So Basculin is from Fusion Strike. It's a common card. You might have to sort through some bulk to find this guy. But it has Swarm the Wound, does 30 plus damage. So for a water and a colorless energy, you are doing 30 damage plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So basically, in effect, he's a damage doubler. And this matchup is probably not going to be quite as relevant because, I mean, there's no big guys to KO. But I'm going to see how he does anyway.
You just got to remember which ones are out.
So the flip side of that is this is going to be a thorn in your side. Klefki will shut off the abilities of any basic Pokemon.
I can have a canceling clone in here, right?
There's no canceling clone in there. So have fun. Like, have fun. Thing is, if you hit me for weakness, I'm screwed. So there's that.
Well, the downside to in here also is I know there's some Serenas in here for like discard and card draw.
Mm-hmm.
I can't gust anything up with it. There's only one boss.
Yeah, there is no
escape rope?
Pokemon V in here. This deck is running 4 copies of Irida. Irida is a absolutely stellar card. Search your deck for an item card and a water Pokemon and put it in your hand. So this gets you your Quack, this gets you your Rare Candies, this gets you your Basculin.
Quack.
It's quacked. The deck is quacked, okay? You hear it here first. It's quacked. Is it all it's quacked up to be? I don't know, but it's quacked either way. So it gets your Quack Slays. It gets you what you want, right?
This is also what happens when you have no sleep.
Well, I'm perpetually with no sleep, so there you have it. 3 Iono, of course. Good disruption. Probably as it comes out, the single best supporter in the entire standard format. Probably one of the best cards in the entire standard format, right alongside Ultra Ball. This is a very, very, very strong card. You're going to see it in a lot of decks. Even in this deck, I think this isn't currently running it, but I think there is a world where you consider running 2 or even 3 of these in Regigigas. The card is just insanely strong, and you are going to want to play some of these if you're a player. There is no reason to not have them. You will use it the whole time it's in standard format. The card is just way too good. And it's a healthy card for the game, which is also nice to see. It's not just too good and bad for the game. It's too good and Good for the game.
It's not Marnie.
It's the good combo.
It's,
Yeah,
it's the parents had a child.
it's the I played myself out of the game card. All right, so 2 copies of Boss's Orders. You can try to guss some stuff up, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Nest Ball, 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Rare Candy, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 copies of Ultra Ball. So this is our basic consistency engine, trying to get our basics out, rare candies, mutts to the big guys. What's that?
I hope all your Clefties get prized.
Yeah, screw you. This is the best of 1 bonus video, man. Don't wish that. All right. Level Ball, a couple of those guys to get a little push for Quaxwell if we need it, or an extra Klefki, or an extra Quaxley. Just whatever we need. Maybe a Bidoof. The Quacks. It also is able to get his Baskin, and Baskin is a little guy. We do run 1 copy of Battle VIP, so if you're going second, you are able to use Irida to pull that out and take a crazy turn, or maybe you get lucky and start it in your opening hand if you're Ryan. And then you have 1 Energy Search, 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball, and 1 Super Rod. Running out or 1 of trainer cards for the items. Energy Search just to grab yourself a water energy. It's off of an Irida, obviously. Hisuian Heavy Ball to make sure that your guys that get prize get found, because stuff like a Greninja can be pretty crippling if you can't find it. And then there's also 2 Vitality Band for your tool cards. They are not item cards anymore. Keep that in mind. You cannot find them with Iridas. Vitality Band, pretty important for certain matchups. Not so much for this one. It's okay. But this is the card you're going to be using against opposing Klefkis, against opposing evolving basic Pokemon. You're hitting that extra 10 damage, so you're knocking out 70 HP Pokemon and not just a 60 HP Pokemon. Pretty important for this particular attacker here. Quaquaval, of course, you're going to be flipping into a different Pokemon, so if you can take a knockout on that opposing Pokemon, whether that's a Clomfay or a Klefki or whatever, what have you, you're able to take the KO instead of just switching into a Klefki. So you're slowing them down even further. Then we have 2 copies of Artisan. It's basically Nest Ball as a stadium. What more do I need to say? Play it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 basic energy cards, and 1, 2, and now 3 jet energy. So this is the list for Quaquaval. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. It's probably not going to be tier 1 just because there's so much that can run it over at the moment. But
Miraidon
it's
eat that deck.
Oh, Miraidon has this for breakfast. But yes, it's certainly a fun deck.
Shenpao, as we have also seen, will literally murder it.
Shenpao murders everything, except bad matchups. But
I do actually want to test Lost Box versus Shenpao.
Versus the world.
Are we just doing a Lost Box Tina and a generic Lost Box, or just generic Lost Box?
It'll probably be Lost Box. It'll probably be Mirage Gate Lost Box. I need to see what's the most popular when we get close to that time. But yeah, we're gonna for sure be testing against it. All right. Getting our Reggie lineup here. Our masters of the Reggies.
Alright, so for the is that coming through?
Yeah, for the uninitiated.
So yeah, for the uninitiated, Regis is kind of saying that it might make a comeback. Come Paldea Evolved. So in here we have 2 Dragon Sword Regidrago and 1 of the Dragon Energy Regidrago from Evolving Skies. Dragon Sword, for those that are not familiar with the Regi deck, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is near active, you may draw back up to 4 until you have 4 cards in your hand. You can't use more than 1 Dragon Sword ability each turn. So we're doing a 2-1 of Regidrago. Then we have a 2-1 of the Regieleki. We have 2 of the Terror Spark ones, which hits for 120 and then 40 to 2 different bench Pokemon. And then we are running 1 Targeted Bolt, which is just 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Then we have 2 Regice, 2 Regigigas, 2 Regirock, and 2 Registeel. So very kind of standard one, minus really the Drago, because normally I just literally swapped out one Gigas. You just swapped out a Gigas for it, the Evolving Skies Drago. That's really the main change in the Regi line that was made. Then we have 4 researches, 3 Serenas, and 1 Boss's Order. Then when we can find them, we do have
They do exist on the deck. Yes.
4 energy searches. We have 4 nest balls. We also have 4 ultra balls. Hopefully I don't confuse myself with the red backgrounds.
Yeah.
Then we have 3 super rods for some recursion. We have 3 switch cards and 1 escape rope, 1 Hisuian heavy ball, 1 pal pad, and 2 choice belts. Then we have 3 artisans, which, as my friend here was explaining with the Quaquaval deck, is it's basically nest ball, minus you just cannot get a real box Pokemon. So no Greninjas.
Yeah, no Greninjas, but it's a pretty busted card, so it's fine.
Then we have 2 fighting energies, 2 grass, 2 lightning, 2 luminous energy. For those that are not familiar, luminous energy is a new energy coming with Paldea Evolved. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but only provides 1 energy at a time. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has any other special energy attached to it, this card only provides 1 colorless instead. So very important to remember, do not double up on special energies when Luminous is involved. Then we have 1 double turbo, 1 fire, and 1 gift.
And that is the deck. With that said, we will be right back after the pause. Tails. It is heads.
I will go first because
Because right. Let's get the mulligans going, I guess. Alright. Shuffled up. This again. We do have basics this time. We are good. Alright. Vamos. Alright.
I'll take my Molly. Of course. Reggie. Steel. Artisan. Ultra Ball. Artisan. And Super Run. Go and grab Bronco with Artisan. And we are going to grab Rock with Ultra.
Seems good. Let Army assemble.
Switch card. Dragon's Horde. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Gigas.
I feel like,
Nice.
wow, yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like you're gonna get turn one, and sure enough, there it is.
And pass.
Draw for turn. Jeez, Regigigas is good. Okay. Whew.
The quacks are
Yeah. Sure. Let's go with this, and with the item and the. We're gonna get that off the item,
damn.
and then we're going to get that off the supporter.
So Irida for Greninja, Level Ball for Clucky.
Yes, that is the long chain of interactions that were all resolved at once.
Otherwise, I would have probably seen a Hitsui and Heavy Ball for Clucky.
If all three were prized, I would have been a little upset. But that is my sort of luck. It's like when I went to play against Santiago and I could not, for the life of me, hit a freaking energy surge.
Is that a year door?
No.
Is this what it's like here on Saturdays?
In general, yeah. Because kids. Alrighty. So we're going to play you down. We're going to play you down. We're going to discard you because you've been played. We're going to draw some extra cards because we're busted like that.
Unfortunately, you don't have Clucky in the active spot first.
Unfortunately. But we will retreat so we can get there. And past you.
So one thing you did forget was Artisan.
That is true, and I should have done that, but I did not. I would probably have grabbed. That'd be Barrel or Bidoof rather. That would have been the smart thing to do. Or a second clip. Who knows?
um. Because it's either that or that.
I think one is better than the other, unfortunately. Either way, one of them goes to the discard pile, so might as well draw 7 instead of draw 5.
I would have preferred that in my hand right now.
Not Dookie of a hand, huh?
Let's just say I want the whole thing in the discard.
Energy, apparently.
Heavy.
Going against Regigigas, I should have just gone heavy for the Klefkies. Well. It's a bit late now.
Static Shock for 40.
Draw for turn. Get energy. Alright. Ready for this? You ready to see this madness? So we can do stuff and things.
There's the Klefki.
There's the giant middle finger to the entire world. We are going to conceal the cards. Towards this one. For the doof.
The goodest of beavers.
I don't know. Well,
You touched the jet energies.
yes, that was his turn. For Quaquaval. And I think I'm just gonna pass. Would have been busted if instead of just drawing until you had, was it 3 or 4 on Drago, it was like discard and draw. Just exactly like Greninja.
That would be
A hard
busted.
once per turn, but you know.
I'm surprised that actually wasn't that way, considering that literally that would have matched how to like kind of accelerate stuff into the discard.
Right.
Or at least like I'm surprised that one of their attacks isn't like, oh, like discard this amount, it deals this.
It's probably because it came
X.
out when Quick Ball was still around. And they're probably like, we don't need that much discard draw. Because if it were around in that time, then Dex would have run Regidrago too. Well, it's just during a scoop up, that's prime time more than anything, but still.
Static shock for 40.
All I can do is be grateful that you didn't hit what you needed. So
Otherwise, that would have been a bigger number.
otherwise, I'd have been crying about it. Draw 4 turn.
Cry internally.
We are going to attach an energy here. Then we are going to concealed cards for 1, 2. Ultra Ball. Kirby Barrel. Could go straight for the Quaquaval, but I feel like it's probably smarter to go for the big barrel now, and then they don't really need the Quaquaval this turn. I'll go get it later. I feel like maybe. Alright. And then we will Industrious Incisors for 4. 1, 2, 3. I have not played a supporter this turn. That is impressive, considering the turn I've already had. I will attach a Vitality Band to the duck, and I will play Irida, because Irida is a busted card. And we are going to get Baby Duck. And I'm not sure, actually. We're going to go a little buff. Evolve. Color Shot for a knockout. Up in the other Regigigas. Making some tough choices.
Ancient Wisdom.
Okay.
Return.
Mm-hmm.
Switch cards. And targeted bolts for 240 to the Quaquaval X. Or is that benched?
Has to be benched.
Um, Be rare.
He would. Draw for turn. Ball. What do we say to the god of death? Not today. CEO Frail was such a great character. Low ball has been played. Low ball was played last turn, apparently. Who knew? Going to attach Jet to the active, and then Energy Carnival to the active. And then we are going to Propeller Shot for knockout. I'm going to admit that I'm pretty annoyed that you're so easily set back up. Like, damn, man.
No, I chose to keep that in the hand, which honestly I feel like that should have been the correct one to play and do.
Yeah, 100%. I was kind of surprised you put that one down. I even
I
commented on it.
misread the other one, even though like I had already read it.
That's why I double checked it, because I was like, I don't think it can do that. Turns out, nope.
Sword. Energy search.
Get Nightgrass energy for that Drago. $160. I mean, look at me to 200.
Will
Do the smart thing, whatever that is. All right, so you're touching Luminous Energy to Regilucky.
yes.
Right.
And I haven't supported yet, right?
I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Nope.
Research.
Yep.
And we will ancient wisdom. we will Giant Fangs for 160.
Okay. Drop for turn. Attach Jet for turn. Energy Carnival. Should probably mark Energy Carnival since I'm actually using it. Okay. So I'm just searching for the card and it's literally on the top. Look, I'm not doing dumb
I mean,
things.
you're going back in, right?
Oh yeah, I should just play it. That's the thing I can do too. Let's do that. We saw him. Get rid of that. And I think we're gonna go ahead and ditch that too for this matchup. And we're gonna go in here. Doof. Big doof. Not the baby doof, the big doof.
The baby dude is clean himself. Oh, Alex.
He's like, I got called out. You're a dork, bro. This is part of the reason we left. Alright. And then we are going to Propeller Shot for knockout. Deck is ridiculous. They got so much consistency off of 2 freaking cards. It's amazing. That's the attach return.
So like I'm like looking at all their retreat costs. That don't do any good because you're not bees. Uh, Attach there for turn. Then we will Ancient Wisdom. Here. Then just so it's honestly just one less card to clunk the deck.
Okay.
And we will Terra Spark for the knockout on the Quaquaval next. Then we're gonna do $40 to both Klefkis.
All right. Draw for turn. Bench. Boss's orders to Regigigas. Catch for turn. Energy Carnival. And pass to you. That's your assessment for turn.
Yeah. And pass.
Draw for turn. Energy search. Jet energy.
Candy. Maybe.
Industrious incisors. That's such a good industrious incisors. Rare candy.
Rare candy. Were you banking on trying to draw in?
I have another route to it, but I did not want to go that route.
So you had the route.
No, I had a different route entirely.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna still hit you with it because I need to draw anyway, but he's ridiculous. We're going to Iono.
Back by Regis.
Good. Screw your Regis.
What they do to you?
I don't know. Cook ducks.
I like ducks. What you want? Three, right? Yeah.
3 for both of us, yeah. Alright. Okay. And we are going to propeller shot for knockout. Hello, old friend.
Artizone. Ancient Wisdom. Boss.
Mm-hmm.
And Terra Spark for knockout there. 40-40 knockout.
End game. Yep. Yeah, no man if he does that. I'll play.
There's like turns that I had researches in hand, but I was like, my whole hand like is half energy, half Reggie, half. It was like, actually no, it's like basically third energy, third Reggie, and third Reggie search. I was like, I don't want to get rid of any of
So
this.
that second Klefki play was way greedy on my part. I shouldn't have gone, especially after that first turn. I shouldn't have gone for that second Klefki. I should have gotten another Quack out, but because missing some stuff on one of those turns.
Well, also not
like
not
having
using Artisan that
having
first turn for
that also hurt
Klefki.
me, but that wasn't as bad. That honestly, that should have been a Bidoof anyway. I don't think it should have been a Klefki, because I don't think it would have really shut you down. You had rope anyway.
Well, the one rope was in this card. Well, I mean, I used.
So I would have been pulled out anyway. So I think ultimately it would have been better just to go with a Bidoof and set up, or get closer to set up, so that I had that available to me earlier on by a couple turns. I don't know. This deck's still good. I think not having Manaphy definitely hurt. Would have been good. Not having Super Rod until really late in the game hurt. Not having played down that third Quaxley hurt, because that forced me to boss stall you instead of actually taking a turn and knock you out. I don't know. Like either way, you're knocking me pretty senseless with all the spam on the bench.
Which is the constant snipe damage.
Yeah, the snipe damage really hurts, and this list isn't running Manaphy as yet, so maybe that's a consideration. Throwing Manaphy in. Thing is, this list
take out the one that you just
bad
added
feeling.
for him.
Well, that's the thing is, I think in this matchup it's not very good, but like with that knockout you had done against my my big guy, like in a lot of other matchups I could have done something else, right? I could have switched into you and then attached Energy Carnival, because I could have jetted myself to the active spot. I think 3 jet energy feels fine. Doesn't feel bad. Like I had it when I needed it. So, yeah. That is Quaquaval's bonus video with Regigigas. Regigigas got to show that it's still a menace. It doesn't have the most difficult of testing opponents here, but Regigigas is now scheduled for a Versus the World bonus video, which is the first time we've done a bonus Versus the World for a bonus.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you will keep up with us and watch this Friday when we stream our next pair of matches, which should be very interesting. I believe it's going to be
I'd have to look at the
Skeletors versus Quaquaval. I'm thinking that's what it is. Am I wrong? I don't know. Because Skeletors was supposed to be this last weekend.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Skeldurge versus Clodsire, which I was wanting to do the Skeldurge against the Clod.
Yeah, but Skeletors got bumped because of time constraints. Let me grab the schedule real fast. It is... No, it is not. It is Wings of Unity versus Quaquaval X. So Wings of Unity will be going up next week. That's going to be a fun one.
All right, who's fighting over Wings of Unity?
I want to play Wings of Unity. That's be fun. If you watched Champions League Nagata this weekend, you'll know that Wings of Liberty or Wings of Unity. I keep saying Liberty. Too much StarCraft. You'll have seen Wings of Unity actually take a big win on stream, so it's pretty
against Scary Tina, nonetheless.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. If you watched the video and you watched the whole thing and you watched to the end, comment your favorite Pokemon down below. Let's see how many people actually leave their favorite Pokemon down there. What do you think? People that are not my testing partner. All right, that said, We'll see you guys in the next one.
I
Have
was
a good one.
like,